Hello and welcome to this week's video. It is bank holiday weekend in the UK, so Monday is a public holiday. Today is Friday. I have the day off work and I'm in the workshop, as you can probably tell. So I thought I'd throw the camera on because we're doing a few bits and bobs this weekend and I thought I'd take you along with me. Today, I've just been working on those this morning. We need to go to the fabric shop to pick up some yellow upholstery fabric so that we can reupholster the stool. Then we need to head over to my glass man because we need to get glass cut for the top of that. So we're going to take him a template of the one that broke and see if that's something that he'll be able to help with. So we're going to head out and do that in a second. Also on the agenda for this weekend is it's my cousin's 50th tomorrow. So we're driving up to Fleet, staying the night in the Premier Inn. It's me, Stuart, my mum, my dad, and my brother and my sister-in-law. So we're all going to go up for a party, so that'd be really good. I'll try and get some footage if I can. Monday, Stuart and I might go out for a walk, in which case we'll definitely bring you along. And then at the minute I have Tuesday off work as well, so I think I'll be back in here on Tuesday. But also on the agenda for today is lots and lots of listing. Oh, and I might go to the boot sale tomorrow morning as well. So I might take you along for that. But in order to buy more stock, I need to list a lot of stock. Let me show you. Don't shout at me, but there is a lot of stuff that needs listing. Why is buying so fun and listing so hard? So I think I'm gonna film like what I bought this week, and I might do that every week depending on if I buy anything or not. But I thought it might be interesting to show you all the things I pick up in the week on Facebook Marketplace, charity shops, wherever it is that I go. So I'm gonna film that now, and when that is live, because I'm not sure when that'll be live in relation to this video, I'll have a link here so that you can watch it. If there's no link there, it's not live yet, so don't panic. I'm gonna film that and then list. So wish me luck, and yeah, we'll pop out soon to go pick up the fabric and see if we can get the glass cut, but I'll take you along when we do that. I've got 2 orders to pack before we go out. So first one is this Wedgwood Blue Pacific saucer, and then these, let me take them out of the plastic and then you'll be able to see them better. So this is a pair of beautiful Art Deco Shelley vases, and I believe the pattern is called Fruit Spray, and I think these date back to like the 1920s, the 1930s. So they've got this beautiful pearlescent iridescent finish, and then this hand painted fruit detail. They're yellow on the inside. There's a few little nicks to the black glaze, the black paint, which was obviously disclosed in the listing. But these are heading to America, and the buyer sent me a photo on eBay of their existing Shelley vase collection, and they've got about 4, 5 or 6 I think it was, and so I know that these are going to be very much loved in their new home. So we've got to pack those up really securely to survive the long trip to America. So I'm just gonna get some tissue. So I'm packing those with tissue because if they get knocked at all, I want that to minimize the vibrations and make it less likely that it will crack. Now, they should be able to make it through any natural disaster that is packed to within an inch of its life. And I always feel like it's survived since the 1930s. Why wouldn't you pack it so it survives the next 100 years of its life? Okay, let's go drop these parcels off and then we'll head to the glass shop. We're here, so let's hope Simon will be able to cut the glass for us. That's the piece of glass that's broken. I've done a cardboard template as well. We're at the fabric shop, so let's see if we can find what we're looking for. So that was successful. I got some beautiful yellow upholstery fabric, so that will be perfect. And just one strip of the brass tacks, which I have some in the workshop, so that together should be enough. Just passing an Age UK on our travels, so it'd be rude not to go in, of course. I just picked up a couple of bits, in the Age UK shop. I got this caftan for our family barbecue tomorrow. And then I couldn't resist this little teapot set. So it's the teapot and the 2 teapot tray, creamer, and the little sugar dish. Just unwrapped the little teapot to show you, but it's this beautifully gold gilded set. There was no damage that I could see. Don't know if you can see that, the maker's mark. So it's Reupholster, Bavaria. So this is Bavarian porcelain, and I just love that. Right, I'm going to wrap that back up so it doesn't end up in pieces. Okay, after a longer than expected runaround, I now have my cut glass. So yeah, if you're ever looking for glass or mirrors or anything like that, I would highly recommend Simon at the Glass Centre in Bognor Regis. If you're in the Sussex, Hampshire area, he's brilliant, and he's always managed to be able to cut funny shapes and everything that I've asked. So yeah, he's brilliant. So now I have my fabric, I have my brass edging. So now we're going to recover the top of the stool for the dressing table. So there's lots and lots of staples which we need to take out first. So let's start there. Welcome to Bank Holiday Monday. On Saturday, I didn't end up going to the boot sale because the weather was miserable. So didn't do that, so didn't take you along to that. And then we headed out for my cousin's 50th. So I'll insert a couple of photos and clips here. I mean, we had the best time. Really, really fun. It was like Mexican themed. There was a piñata. It was yummy food. It was brilliant. So got back yesterday. Didn't do a great deal yesterday. Didn't come into the studio. Did more like admin-y stuff at home. And now it's Monday. So I've got a goal to list or not list, but photograph as much of my death pile as possible, which is seemingly growing of its own accord. Oh, hold on. Although I didn't go to the boot sale, I did find this on Facebook Marketplace, and it was a whole lot of ceramic cats. So I don't know, there must be about 20 in here. And I paid £10. There's some small ones, some slightly bigger ones, but they're all in there. So yes, more stock. I can't resist a cute cat though. So that's added to the pile of things that need to be photographed. That's pretty much it for today, I think. I just really want to blast through taking photographs. Yeah, I think that's... Unless unpacking stuff. I've made a couple of sales over the weekend, so I will show you what I've sold once I've pulled it out for packing. But yeah, let's get to photographing. I also want to come up with a better way to store my bubble wrap, because I get my bubble wrap from Stuart's work. So it's literally just like this, like not just in sheets of bubble wrap. So normally I just bunch it all together and stick it up in the corner over there, but I've got an idea, and it's going to be to attach 2 hooks to the wall, a chain, and then use one, I can't get it right now, but use use 2 of these side by side to give the support, and then wrap the bubble wrap around that. I was at one point cutting it down into thinner strips to fit that, but that just takes so much time and so unnecessary. So I just want to be able to wrap it as is, but still have it neat and tidy, tucked away, and easy to just like cut a slice off for the size I need. So that's what I'm going to do now. I've got a couple of these rolls that I can use. That's a bigger one, so that might be better. So I'll position you here so you can see what I'm doing. So this one is a good width to fit in here, and the fuller it gets, obviously I need to make sure there's enough chain that if it ends up being out here somewhere, so be it. But yeah, I think that is a good place to start. This is the chain that I've got to use, which I picked up at a boot sale one year for like 50p, and it's come in really useful. And I've just got some of these hooks which screw into the wall. So I'm going to take 2 of those. So they just look like that. And I'm going to screw those into the wall and then attach the chain. Position-wise. Right, I'm just going to move all this stuff out of the way underneath. Slight change of plan. Instead of using this, I'm going to use this metal pole, which came from this stand that I was planning on getting rid of. So I think, yeah, what I'll do is I'll take this out of there. That might just be a bit sturdier than a cardboard roll. I'll feed the chain through there and then use that on there, and also that takes up less room, so I could in theory get a little bit more bubble wrap on there. So I'm gonna get those in. Let me get the drill and drill a bit of a pilot hole first, that might help. Okay, screws are in. Hooks, I mean. Hooks are screwed in. Now we hang the chain. So, that on there. And then thread this through. That's hanging about even now. So I think now I start threading the bubble wrap on, just in like the various sheets that it's in. Maybe fold it in half if it's slightly too big. Maybe a smart idea would just be to sticky tape that first one on like that. As I said, it's all shapes and sizes, this bubble wrap, so it makes it a bit more complicated. I might be missing a super obvious way to wrap it round, and you're all standing there screaming at me at the minute like, no, you idiot, you should have done it like this. Well, so far so good, and this is a lot better than having to cut it down into smaller strips like I was doing. Okay, that's that lot. Now I do have some more, so move that out the way. Right, that is now done. So all my bubble wrap is on there in one way, shape or another. The pieces on the top, they were just a bit too short to wrap around, so they're kind of just hanging on the top. Then I've got my packing peanuts underneath there and my packing paper just hanging over there. So that means that the bubble wrap is out of that corner now where it was all just scrunched up, and I can use that for storage, and that's much easier to take some bubble wrap off and cut it down. So I'm really pleased with that. That was a quick sort of half-hour job done. And now I am going to crack on with photographing all the bits I picked up last week. So first step is just to give them a little wipe, make sure all the dust and dirt is off. And then just dry them off with a little cloth. And then I take a photo of the sticker when I buy it from this particular charity shop, so I know how much I paid for it. And then his little felt there is just going to need some touch up. So let me get some glue. So I've just got a little bit of super glue here, and I'm just going to dab a dot along his foot where it's coming up. And then pop the felt over like that, so, and give that a sec to dry. Okay, he's all fixed up now. So when I'm taking my photos, I like to crop to square, and I might bump up the exposure by plus 0.3 and then zoom into 2, so it creates a bit of a blurry background. And then I will just take photos from all angles. And then a close-up of the face, and then the underside as well, and then the measurements, and then a quick little video. And then wrap him in some cling wrap just to protect his edges and corners. And then pop him in his tub. And then rinse and repeat. Before I sign off for this week's video, I thought I'd show you quickly how I clean any brass items if I decide to polish them up. Not every brass item gets polished. It's kind of on a case-by-case basis if I think polishing it up will really enhance it, in which case, like this one, I think it will. I don't think this is particularly old. It's not an antique. I might reconsider if this was an antique. I might think about leaving it with the patina, but this just looks dull. It's not pretty, if that makes sense. So when I clean, I use Barkeeper's Friend. This is the cream formula, and some fine steel wool. This is 4-0 steel wool, and some gloves. So I'll flip you around and I'll show you what I do. So there's the brass item there. Pop some gloves on to protect your skin. Give that a good shake. And then I'll just pour that liberally on the piece, then get the steel wool and start working that, and you can already see the difference that that's making. And then I'm just going to keep working round and round and round. Till all that dullness is gone and it's all the shiny brass. So that's pretty much the outside done there. So now I'll move to this. And then the bottom. And with using a 4-0 steel wool, which is a very fine steel wool, it won't scratch the metal. It's just polishing it essentially whilst it's cleaning it. So I think that's all done. In there is done. So now I'm just going to do inside there. And so you can sort of see the difference, I think. There I've done half, and that half I haven't. Okay, Okay, so I think that's as good as the inside's going to be. And once I finish cleaning it, I'm just going to take a cleaning wipe and just wipe all of that barkeeper's friend off. And now that I've given it a good clean, then I just take a face cloth and dry it off. And you can just see the difference that that's made. That's beautifully bright and shiny now. And I think personally that that has enhanced that piece. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how I clean my brass items. If I'm not using Barkeeper's Friend, then Angela uses, it's an oven cleaner, which works brilliantly. If you go check out Angela's channel, I'll have it linked down below, Angela's Vintage Shop. She uses a set oven cleaner, which I have used, but that's just what I've got at the moment. Thanks for watching this week's video. If you enjoyed this one, then I think you're gonna love this video. So check that out next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.